to go to small pitch, compact areas. It's tough to get a result there at Palace.
Reaction is coming up very quickly, so let's have a look at some of the analysis before then. Penalty award goes Arsenal's way, first of all. Sam Johnson, I think you know, Gary, he's got a decision to make here, hasn't he?
Yeah, look, it's clever from Arsenal. We always I marvel now at the sort of detail of the free kicks and the sort of set pieces that teams come up with. The little block at the near post just stops Lerma getting out. And look, I think Sam Johnson goes for it. I always think if a keeper's going to go down there, once you put your arms out, you've got to pull your arms away at the last minute. I know this is quick decision making. I know it's under pressure. I know it's fast. But, you knew straight away. You could see he was always going to get a look at Nketiah. He's there. He's always getting it first. He's waiting for Sam Johnson to commit. Don't commit. Go down. Look to block the shot if he shoots. But pull your arms away. You
saw the claim as well for a potential foul in the build-up. Jamie, what did you think?
No, I don't think there was enough in there for a foul. It's obviously something that they blocked off. You see the situation. You see Thomas Partey's actually not looking at the ball. So I think straight away, if you're a Crystal Palace player, I think the two players here should be aware something's going on. He's not even looking at the ball. His job here is to block. And as I said, he doesn't really move. He doesn't really push them over. And I think that's more in hope than belief that Crystal Palace are going to get the free kick in that situation. We see it every single game when we're watching, when we're commentating. There's always someone getting blocked off at a set piece somewhere, whether it's a corner or a free kick there. And I actually think I have to, say well done to Arsenal. It's very naive, I think, from Crystal Palace. It really is.
We're wondering who might take it. Bukayo Saka was their penalty taker for a lot of last season. He took their last penalty, which was at West Ham. You remember how crucial that was for Arsenal in the running last season. Of course, it was saved. He had the ball in his hands and passed it over to Odegaard, who made no mistake, Karen.
No, cool. A nice little run up, took his time. He looked confident the whole process, to be honest, Odegaard, and as captain as well. Big player, and it was a good moment for him.
Such a vital part, isn't it, Gary? You have to have someone who you can be sure is going to put these opportunities away from the spot.
Yeah, I mean, look, I never took a penalty in my life, and I always never took it for granted, the pressure that they're under. It's a massive win that for Arsenal tonight, obviously determined by a penalty, but they have been tested. The character gets questioned when you go down to 10, and obviously they score the goal, they do a lot of defending towards the end, but never take it for granted that a penalty. Honestly, I never took one, so I always appreciated the players that did take one step up and always, to be fair, were consistently scoring.
We've also tonight seen the 5th red card of the weekend. Some might say it's the softest red card of the weekend as well. It's gone to Tomiyasu. 2 yellow cards. Have a look at this first one. Talk us through what's going on here with Thomas Partey and the referee David Coote is about to enter the frame.
Well, 26 seconds later is when the throw-in happens. You just look at the referee here and look, he's no more. We don't know more of it. Arsenal wasting time. He's telling Thomas Partey there. And from this goal kick, it ends up going up the other end of the pitch. As I said, we're almost 20 seconds away where Arsenal find themselves with a throw-in close to the halfway line. And I actually feel sorry for Tomiyasu because I think the role of Thomas Partey initially, I think when this ball goes out, now Kai Havertz actually picks the ball up. And the time when he gets it and he picks it up, I mean, it ends up being about, 20-odd seconds himself. But I think Havertz has it for most of the time. He then throws at Tomiyasu. I don't think Tomiyasu's actually trying to waste time. I think he's actually looking for a throw-in. To throw it, get it in quickly. He actually ran to pick the ball up. He wasn't slow. And I actually think, I can understand the referee, but he's almost took one for the team. Yeah. Thomas Partey initially, then Havertz. But this is the second yellow, Gary.
Yeah, and obviously the first yellow is obviously something, and he goes past him, he has a little bit of a tug at his shirt. What I would say is off the first yellow, that we went to see Howard Webb a couple of weeks ago, and we said the existing laws within the game cater to be able to stop time wasting, and that's called a yellow card, and it would lead to a red card. I think if players are starting to get sent off, I mean, obviously this one is always going to be a yellow card, but if you've got defenders or other players on the pitch that are wasting time, you're going to get booked. This will have a bigger impact tonight, this sending off, on time wasting for players that will be adding 15 minutes on at the end.
And it's a big moment that who've managed to hold on for victory, and we can speak to Declan Rice now, live from Selhurst Park. Evening to you, Declan. Congratulations on the victory. Just how tough were those closing stages, though?
When you're as a player on that pitch and you look up at the clock and you've got 20 minutes to go and you're down to 10 men against this young, athletic, Crystal Palace side, it's going to be tough. But these are the places you want to come. If you want to win Premier Leagues, if you want to be up there at the end of the season, these are the stadiums you've got to come to, show character, and pluck out the 3 points. And I thought we thoroughly deserved it in the end. Was that why, though, there was the big celebration? We saw the emotion on all of your faces at the end. Yeah, I think it was a massive relief, to be honest with you, to get through them 20 minutes. We obviously know what Selhurst Park is like. I think we controlled the game completely up until when we went down to 10 men. They got a hold in the game, but I think it was a faces of relief just because of the way we defended and we put our bodies on the line to get the 3 points tonight.
Declan, you were absolutely outstanding that last half an hour in terms of obviously the resilience that you showed, and I'm sure that's why you were pleased at the end. Just what's the players' initial approach and take on these new rules that have come in around time wasting? Obviously, I think Tomiyasu took one for the team in terms of 23 seconds were taken for the throw-in. Do the players like the extra time that's been added on? Do they like the idea of players being booked for this sort of time wasting or not?
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, I think at the start of the season we always have referees meeting at every club, and they come in and explain the new rules, so we know what's happening. We know if we're time wasting we're going to get a yellow card. Obviously they're stamping down on it much more now. Obviously to see 7, 8, 9 minutes go up at the end of the game can be frustrating at times, but they laid down the law at the start of the season, and I suppose if we're time wasting there's nothing we can really do about it. It's the new law of the game.
Declan, the manager mentioned at the start of the show your role changing this week. What was it, the adaptations that he told you to do tonight?
I think it was against Nottingham Forest. We played a diamond in midfield and I was to the left of the diamond, and tonight I was the single pivot, so I dropped back kind of one spot, trying to test myself, because to play for Arsenal, to play at the highest level, you need to be one of the best, and I'm eager to keep learning and keep flourishing.
Is there a particular role that you prefer out of that, in that diamond formation? Is this one that you might feel a bit more comfortable in?
No, look, I think I love going forward. I think I showed that last year with West Ham. My attacking capabilities, even though I'd have loved to have got more goals, I really enjoyed going forward. And I've had a conversation with the manager here as well. He sees me in that role, but also he sees me in the number 6 role. And I'm really comfortable playing in both. And I think that will help the team throughout the season.
Declan, you mentioned goals there, and that has probably been the one criticism that's been, put to yourself in terms of being, a top midfielder, £100 million man. We actually analysed that as well, your numbers before the game. Do you think there's a possibility that going forward with the more attacking role that can change, and is that something that you're determined to do?
Yeah, definitely. I think, even here at West Ham, the lads are always on to me to shoot more, to score more. I'm definitely trying to put that emphasis myself on scoring more goals. I had 2 great chances against Forest. I'm playing a bit more higher up the pitch as well when we're attacking, even as the 6. So balls are going to drop to me now. But I need to put them away. Like you said, there's so many people that talk about me scoring goals. Because I do the other side of the stuff really well. But obviously to score goals as well is really good, and I know I've got the ability to. So that's something I'm definitely more hungry for.
You spoke before about the different roles. I mean, you've spoken as well in interviews about almost like the education you've had at Arsenal in these different roles going forward. I mean, how far, when you've been in this team now, do you think it can go? It was very close to the title last season. They've spent big money on you. You'll be seen as the man who's got to make the difference in that role.
Yeah, look, obviously we can't get carried away. We're only 2 games in here. It's about momentum. It's about taking each game as it comes, coming to places like your Palaces and winning and getting 3 points and building momentum. And obviously we've got a tough schedule coming up after September. So look, we're going to be ready for it. Last year there was obviously big pressure on Arsenal to win the Premier League, and like I said, that's why I signed for Arsenal, because I believe in the vision. I believe in the manager. I believe in this team. How young and hungry we all are. We know Man City is the best team in the world at the minute, and they're tough to stop. But it's a great challenge ahead. Look, let's keep fighting, keep pushing, and taking each game as it comes.
Can't believe Caicedo's broken your record already, though, Declan. Can't be happy with that. It didn't last long. I
had it up on the wall for 2 weeks. It's come down already.
One thing I would say before you leave us, you really just look like you're enjoying yourself already in an Arsenal shirt.
Yeah, do you know what? Before the game tonight, I was on the way to the game and I just thought, just go out there and have it tonight. Just go out there and then try and put on a show. And, even in the warm-up, I just felt an energy that, I wanted to go out there and perform. And, I was just really up for it, to be honest with you. Only 2 games in. Obviously, there's so much talk around the price tag and me playing for Arsenal. And, I want to keep proving people wrong, proving people I can play at the top. And, I want to keep putting in top performances. So, I'll keep my feet on the ground and, keep listening to everyone around me and keep pushing.
Great start, Declan. Keep going. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good to speak to you. Thank you. See you later.
Side 68% possession for Arsenal, as you can see. Twice as many completed passes as well. But the most important stat is that we are yet to have a goal. What have you made of it, Ray?
Well, certainly we thought it'd be competitive. Palace being at home, they're very solid in that midfield, and the defence know exactly what they're doing under Roy Hodgson. And Arsenal just too many little passes for me. It's just, get out your feet and switch play a little bit more, because as you can see, the defenders are really pushing across. If you look at Ward's position, he's right in alongside the centre halves, which gives Martinelli a lot of space. So I think it's just seeing that and quickly changing play. If you're on that right-hand side, when it's a lot of bodies there,